Welcome, members and guests, to the International Model Investment Club. Today we will be going, actually you can visit and subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and then also visit our Better Investing page, where that's our chapter, which lists all the events and has great articles, and you can also sign up for the online education forum. So just a tip.
Sorry,
can you see?
Joanne. Yes, we can see. I just have a question. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mel is here as a guest.
Oh, let me. Jay will transfer him over.
Okay.
Jay, are you there? Or I can do it.
Yes, I will do that.
You'll do it. Okay. All right. Our club was founded in May 2016. Wow, that's we're almost coming up on 10 years. We're a model club open to the public. We have monthly meetings that are held on the third Monday of each month, except for December when we meet on the second Monday. We use hypothetical money to avoid issues with currency exchanges and taxes because we are an international club and there's different currencies and different taxes. And our primary role is to be a learning lab. So we really focus on the better investing principles and the fundamentals of stock investment using the online stock selection guide, and as well as additional tools. So we're a kind of an adventurous club too, because we just don't stick to the stock selection guide. We look at other opportunities as well. All our meetings are held online. We serve visitors and guests from around the world. And currently we have 11 members. Actually, is it 12 now with Mel, from the United States, Canada, and China. For guests, the agenda is available in the handout section of the control panel to your right. All visitors and guests will be muted during the meeting and may post questions in the questions section. At the end of the presentation, visitors and guests will be unmuted and ask for their comments and questions. Please let us know how you enjoyed the presentation. And then all the meeting segments are timed. Alerts will signal when the segment is near the end and when finished. So we have to pardon ourselves for sometimes cutting people off, because we really try to stick to a schedule allowing us to get to every portion of our meeting. Okay, so this is the disclaimer. The information presented is for educational purposes only. So it's not intended as a recommendation to buy or sell. We hope that you do your own research. The views are expressed by those of the participants and don't represent those of Better Investing. And then you should do your own research before making any investing decisions. Securities discussed may be held by presenters in their own portfolios. So one of the reasons why we do have this meeting is because having multiple stocks can be a lot to study. So by having them as part of the club portfolio, we get additional people having eyes on the different stocks that we might have in our own portfolios. So this presentation may contain images of websites, products, or services not endorsed by Better Investing or the presenters. This meeting is recorded and will be posted to our YouTube channel. So let's go on. Let's see. I'm going to go to our meeting agenda. So I will turn it over to Hanny. Hanny, do you want me to open up the treasurer's report, or do you have it on your?
I have it. Just
okay,
if you could make me presenter.
Yes, I'll make you presenter.
Let me know when I'm having trouble seeing your screen. I don't know how many. I just saw the one screen, and I don't know if you were flipping through slides, but anyways.
Okay, I made you presenter.
See the...
There you go. Yeah, that looks beautiful.
Okay, so this is the treasurer's report for 21st October. Let me just, okay. Before the meeting, I did the monthly deposits. We deposit $100 for each member, and we have 12 members, so that's $1,200. Some transactions that happened after last meeting. We had taken a vote to sell 15 shares of Vertex, and that netted about $6,900. Then we bought 4 shares of CrowdStrike, 2 shares of ASML, 6 shares of TSM, and all of those were motions that were made, and I just went back and checked the motions, and I adjusted the number of shares slightly just to round things off. So right now that netted an additional $3,000 in cash. This is the valuation statement and all. Now we had a member that was going to withdrawal, so I did the withdrawal, but that may not be the case, so I can reverse that. I haven't done it yet. I was just going to show it today. But we have about $18,500 or $19,000 in cash, and I'll show you the. This is something new that I just thought might be of interest. These are the 52-week high and low stock prices for each of our holdings, and the little dot is the last the closing price. So it shows you that, for example, Amazon, we're at the current stock price of Amazon is at the 52-week high, and the same with IIPR, Meta, ResMed, TSM, and Vertex. So we have some stocks that are near their 52-week highs. We should probably take a look at those. Positions that are less than 5%. So this is LGIH Homes, 3.2, Disney, ASML. I didn't put Amazon, but it's almost 5. So, and then TSM. So we may want to look at these and either bump them up to 5 because we have cash, or sell some of them. And we can discuss the selling in a second. I'll give you my 2 cents. This is something new that you probably haven't seen before. This is something I put together called Portfolio Metrics. So for each of these companies, I did the return on equity, return on invested capital, gross margin, free cash flow divided by net income, and EBIT margin. Then I took, these are not the actual numbers, these are normalized values so that you can kind of compare. And then I did a total score. So the for this is how efficient the business is being run, and these are sorted from most efficient, which is QLYS, to least efficient, which is LGIH. So these last 4 here, and even NICE, but we just bought NICE, so I wouldn't look at that. But these last 4, we might want to just take a look at. Then I did 3-year growth forecast. Excuse me. So this is revenue growth projected for the next 3 years, EPS growth, and free cash flow growth. And again, these are sorted from highest, more or less, to lowest, but with I think I used free cash flow as the the one that I sorted on. So again, you can look at the bottom ones that are kind of might have low EPS growth, and we might want to look at those. So this, I mean, we'll have you all have a copy of this. So the people that are following these stocks should really look at where their stock is at, and then you know, come back with some recommendations. So I'm just giving you the information. This is fair value. So using discounted cash flow, an analyst projected price. And again, this is sorted by analyst price target. So NICE, for example, is projected to grow by 50% in the next year. ASML 38%, but it fell quite a bit. So that's probably why it's from this. It used to be around 1100. Google 21%, and so on. So again, looking at the ones at the bottom, it would be good for people that are following these to take a look and see where their stocks sit and if we need to do anything. Portfolio return, we're doing okay for the 1 year return, but 3 and 5 year, and then lifetime, we're lagging by about 5%. Our goal is to beat the market by excuse me, by 5%. So we're not even so we're actually down by 10%. If we're trying to beat the S&P by 5, we should be somewhere around 20. So that's why I'm highlighting some of these companies and where they might the growth might be, because we might want to tweak the portfolio to reflect this. So yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, absolutely.
How much do you think, because we have we had quite a bit of cash. Did that
Yes,
affect, and we've been having that for a while. That could impact our return too, right? Because we're not even
absolutely. Yeah, because that's not.
calculating.
Yeah, we're not taking any sort of interest on the cash.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're absolutely right. So we have like, if I go back real quick here, sorry. So our cash is about 20%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a very good point.
It's putting a drag on our
returns.
returns. Yeah.
That's a good point. So actually, I'll try to do a calculation and just see what the returns are without the cash and see if that improves things. I'll do that for next time. So again, our portfolio objective is to beat the market by 5%. So please review your stocks and recommend buy, sell, or hold. And if you could come with those recommendations before our next meeting, that would be great. Stock assignments. We had a number of stocks that were not being followed by any of the members. So Mel has volunteered to look after TSM and NICE. I took CrowdStrike. Google and ASML are not assigned right now, so we need some volunteers for these.
What was Anitra following?
Meta.
Oh, okay. So we're not assigning that.
Yep. And then finally, just an announcement. Bakul Lala is going to be presenting the North Florida chapter on his financial ratio checklist, and that's November 5th, 7:30 to 8:30. And there's also an announcement in the Better Investing magazine on page 51. So for those guests that have been here before, we use Bakul's checklists, and if you wanted to get a bit more insight into what those ratios mean and how to use them, it would be good to sign up for that presentation. I think it's on the BI website somewhere. Okay, will probably be on the North Florida chapter. So, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay.
Questions?
I have a question. On one of your charts, Schwab was near the bottom.
Yes.
And then on another one, it was near the top.
Yes.
So how do you weight those assessments?
So I didn't. So like in here, this is this efficiency score, right? So return on equity, etc. Right? So for this, because you have like 5 things, I normalized them, and then I added. This is just a sum of the numbers going across. But so they're compared to the others, and I'm not sure exactly, how valid this is, because some of these companies are in very different industries. So some of these metrics may be like industry specific. It might be better to compare them to peers in their own industry. But so in terms of efficiency, though, I mean, return on equity is a common thing. Return on invested capital, gross margin, these are all sort of standard things. But so in this is as far as efficiency goes. But if you look at 3-year growth forecast, you know, they didn't, the free cash flow, they didn't have numbers for these two. I don't know why.
Is it
And
banking related?
yeah, well, Schwab is for sure. LGI Homes probably they had negative free cash flow, I'm assuming.
Oh,
Um, so you can kind of look at this and like 22% EPS growth forecast is pretty decent for Schwab. So you kind of have to, you know, look at these tables and come to some sort of opinion about what you should do. So this one
yeah.
is more information. It's just analyst price targets. So I'm not sure how accurate those are. But certainly
So,
if you're in the bottom half of the table, you should be kind of checking that out.
so what analysts? Who are the analysts?
These are uh, like an average of all the analysts.
So it's not
So
like a Value Line or a
no,
Morningstar or.
no. It's like if it's from FactSet, and they
Oh, okay, okay.
collect all the analyst targets, and then they average them out. So these are kind of averages from several analysts. The other place that you can find this is tip ranks, and you can see, I think, the average target, but if you don't have a paid account, they don't show you the details of what each analyst is projecting, which is useless anyways. It doesn't matter. All you need is the average number. So so tip ranks is a good place to go to look at those. So does
So
that
I have
answer
I
your
have a,
question?
well, I have a
Penny?
question about the, oh, go ahead.
Penny?
Was that,
Yes.
Yeah, I had the same question, but other one is where did you get the fair value uh,
Fair
from what
value.
source?
So the fair value is a discounted cash flow, and I have access to a website called Finbox, and what they do. I have a fair value spreadsheet, but it takes a long time to fill it out because you have to go and get the financials and so on. So I use Finbox, and they because when you do discounted cash flow, as you know, there's a lot of assumptions. So what they do is they actually use, like, I think 12 different DCF models, and each model, like, is slightly different than the other. Then they run the numbers through the 12 models, and then they take the average of those 12. So this number is actually, like, it's not bad. It's pretty good.
Looks
so
like you
do
have a
the,
good number of
okay.
subscriptions to this, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I use it quite a bit, so it's, for me, it makes sense to subscribe
Yeah.
to it. But sorry, Joanne, you were saying?
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out these numbers. So like for NICE, the discounted cash flow fair value is 245, and then the change from fair value is a negative 65. It's not a
Sorry.
positive.
Yeah, so the current price is $180. That's the stock
Uh-huh.
price as of
Yeah.
the last close, and the fair
Uh-huh.
value is 245. So NICE is undervalued by $65. It should be at 245 according to the
Oh,
DCF,
okay.
but the stock price is 180, and then so it's undervalued by $65. And then
So,
the analyst target says that they're they're going to be 50%, so half of that, 90, so 270. So it's going to be a little bit more than the fair value if the analysts are correct.
so
So
the negative numbers are actually, we like
undervalued.
to, we like to see that. That's a
Yeah.
positive
So
for the stock.
ASML is at the price right now is 723. The fair value discounted cash flow is 716. So it's actually overpriced by $7.50.
And did you say it was 1100 before?
Yes,
So it had a
it was.
correction then.
Yeah, they were just reported, and the street didn't like the report, so the price dropped quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
They were
Yeah.
they were projecting a bit of a, but I'm not sure how accurate that is to be. Like, I think it's a bit of an overreaction, because this company is essentially the only company in the world that makes the equipment for these the high-end chips. So they have a monopoly in the market. They're just saying that maybe their customers have bought as much equipment right now, and they might hold off for a while. But I mean, they have a very deep moat, and it's a high quality company. So I think that this is a good buying opportunity because the price dropped so much.
Okay.
If I could,
Really?
this is Mel Krotzer, Annie. Yeah, China, which is a big market for them, essentially are telling their people or their chip makers to stop doing business with ASML because USA has put restrictions on chips going to China, and so we knew that there would be a hit by China, but we weren't expecting, I don't think anybody was expecting this big of a hit. So that's
Yeah.
basically what happened.
Yeah, it's still a pretty solid company. It's in the Netherlands, and I read somewhere that the government of the Netherlands was sort of in line with the U.S. Uh, uh, approach to limit the chips. So it wasn't just the U.S., but their own government basically told them to stop sending equipment to China, or sensitive equipment. And I think you'll see a lot more of this geopolitical stuff going on in the next few years, because there's a big chips arms race going on. So
Any?
yes.
Yeah, for this list, we should get out of Meta, crowdsource, and
Well,
Vertex.
I think this list is just, we should use it to start doing the research, right? To see if, so this just highlights some maybe potential opportunities and some potential problem areas, and the people that are following these stocks should take a closer look. This is just a quick sort of thing.
Also,
Yeah.
we have 12 members and 15 stocks. If we want to reduce the workload, we may also consider to trim.
Or
to
sell, not
yeah,
trim.
sell.
Yeah.
Not trim, sell.
Yeah. Sell. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say something controversial.
Okay. Say it. Do it. Do it.
We already have a very reduced workload, so I think we need to do a bit more work. But anyways,
What do you mean reduced?
well, we have a few people that are doing a lot of work.
And do you
So
want them to do more work?
No, I think everyone should do their fair share and do a bit more,
Okay.
get more
Okay.
involved, right? If we
Okay.
want the
When,
club
when,
to be successful.
yeah. So we'll table that till our business discussion. So
Yeah,
I mean, are you finished, Tanny? I don't want to
I'm
interrupt
done.
here.
No, I'm
Okay.
done. I just
Okay. Very good presentation. Excellent. I mean, so you pay for all the subscriptions, but we get the benefit.
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
Okay.
if anyone wants like more information about a single company or something, please reach out. I'm happy to to send you whatever I can, dig up. So
That'd be great. Thank you. Appreciate it. And maybe during an education bit, you might go over some of the paid stuff you have, just so
sure,
that people can get familiarize themselves with what's out there. Because pretty much we, as a standard, we use all the free Zacks, Morningstar, Value Line. So yeah,
sure.
it's good to always expand your resources.
John just reminded me, I have my local library subscribes, looks like almost full subscription of Value Line.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Very nice. Is that in Florida?
Yeah. That's why I'm bothering you less, John, these days.
Oh, thank you.
Is
Thanks,
your
Florida.
is your library underwater? Shouldn't joke, but
Yeah,
No,
where
seriously,
are
is
you?
it
this time both the 100 years worst two
yeah,
both hit on the west coast.
it's very sad actually. I was watching.
Yeah, Tampa, Sarasota, that area,
Shocking.
and the first one went all the way to North Carolina. North Carolina is the biggest mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where
Same
are
on
you, Reddy? Where are you in Florida? On the
northern
coast?
part, northern part of Florida called Jacksonville,
Is that more towards Orlando?
above Orlando,
Above Orlando. Okay.
north of Orlando.
Because I heard everybody was going to Orlando that was trying to get away from the hurricane.
Yeah, this time nothing happened, but I think a year ago, 2 years ago, Orlando doesn't have any rivers or any big lakes, but Orlando
Oh,
flooded 2, 3 years ago. It flooded. I never heard
uh-oh.
of that Orlando flooding ever before.
Okay. So let's move on. I'll make myself presenter. This year, for the first time, our club decided to participate in the online chapter has a portfolio contest. And let's see, it was me, Isla, and Anitra who came to all the 4 meetings. It was kind of like we met 4 times, so it's very similar to a stock study, but we went through a lot of stock screening. Hanny showed up. Let's see, Reddy, you did a couple times. I think Hanny showed up once, Reddy once. Piero, did you show up once? Anyway, okay, so this is the agenda. I'm going to go over the portfolio contest overview, what it is, and then I'm going to go over how do we pick the stocks, and then these are the stocks that we selected. Isla was going to be at this meeting, but she's experiencing some power outages, so I'm going to attempt to do her review, and then I'm going to show you how our portfolio is ranking against the other clubs. Okay, so to be able to participate in the contest, you have to be a BI member, and then you have to be a BI member throughout the contest. You can't just start or come in at the end as a BI member. But we are participating as a club, so it includes all of our members. They want you to provide the SSGs because the contest focuses on BI principles, although I checked with the guy that is running it, and he said, well, I mean, since it's such a short time frame, BI's principles are long-term investing. So this is pretty much, it's less than 12 months that the contest runs for. So there's a little flexibility on abiding by BI's investing philosophy. And then each portfolio starts out with $100,000. We can select a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 7 different stocks, and only 1 portfolio entry can be submitted from each club. And once a club submits, members can't submit on their own. So, I mean, we could also decide as a club, oh, we don't want to submit as a club portfolio. We want members to want to submit their own. So we can discuss that later too. This is our first year participating, so there's been some bumps and a little bit of challenges, but I think, you know, as we get familiar, we'll work through it. One of the things that I like about this contest is that we have the opportunity to get $100 or $75, and that we can use to help like our foreign members that have to pay. I don't know, what is it, Jay? I know Jay always has a challenge on getting membership dues from people because there's extra charges associated if you're a foreign member, Canadian or China. So that would help alleviate some of that. And then the portfolio valuations begin on the last trading day of August and then end with the closing prices on the last trading day of July. Actually, we should say 24 and then 25. Let's see. Oops. Okay. And then we're allowed to rebalance our portfolio once during the contest period. And this is, I asked the person who's running the contest, it usually happens around February. So we should be prepared if we want to switch out stocks when February comes up. Okay, so current holdings and value of each portfolio will be publicly available throughout the contest on the online chapter's webpage. And I hope everybody goes to the online chapter webpage because that's our main chapter. We're under that chapter, and there are a lot of good articles and events that you can sign up for. It's a good resource. Okay, so how do we pick the stock? So all club members are invited to participate in the stock selection meetings for the portfolio contest. Anitra, Isla, and Joanne attended all meetings. Hanny, Reddy, and Piero also contributed. So for the short-term contest, we focused on stocks with strong momentum that were likely to perform well in the next year. We attempted to identify where we are in the economic business cycle to determine which sectors will do well in the near future. So I'm going to go, oh shoot, I can bring up the SSGs. I think Isla was going to do this, but these are just the slides. If you want to, we can bring up the SSG that we submitted that are actually probably different from, because I think we developed them in July for the August entry date. So they more than likely have changed since then. Okay, so one of the stocks was VEEV Systems. So it's a cloud-based software for life sciences industry. And we also did, I think it was there was a Doug Gerlach presentation on moat analysis, and he was saying that wide moats are particularly good stocks to invest in. So we also looked at wide moat stocks. So this one, VEEV, is a wide moat stock, so meaning that it has very specific equipment that, so it really, I guess they call it high switching costs. So it would be very expensive for customers to switch once they're embedded in this platform. So, when we looked at the SSG, it's up, straight, and parallel, and they have very low debt. So that's one we picked. Then this was a Hanny suggestion, and Hanny, I can't remember why this was a choice. So because it doesn't have a wide moat, and the SSG didn't look that great, and I can't remember.
There were a lot of yeah. This was, I looked at what I looked at a lot of projections on where the stock might be. It was kind of undervalued, and a lot of people were saying that it'll take off.
Okay.
So we'll see. But so it was more kind of technical analysis and projections.
Rather than, okay, that's what I needed to know. I just didn't have the wherewithal to write that down when you recommended that. Okay, The next one is Amphistar. This one is a specialty and generic pharmaceutical. This does not have a wide moat, but we looked at it, and because it's a focus on generics, so it's got a limited, but their PE right now is currently below average, and they've been showing a steady improvement over the trailing 12 months over their last 4 quarters. And then NICE, our club did a stock study on this, and we actually bought stock in this, so we thought this was also another really good stock to put in the contest. Again, this has a wide moat, up straight and parallel, current PE below average PE. I think this is like one of the stocks that's like hits all the marks for a good investment based on better investing principles. And then this is Copart, their online auto auction. I think this has been on our watch list for a while, and I think we probably missed purchasing it, I don't know, a couple years ago. We still think that it's a good opportunity. They have a wide moat. Right now they're below their, I think that should say 52-week high. So they're below that, and their SSG is up straight and parallel. So in the beginning of October, we were ranked 12th. We're like not the worst, but not the best either. This Paramjit Chumber, he's ranked number 1. Oh, let's see. And these are the stocks that he selected. And I don't know what VRT is, but he's got PayPal, NVIDIA, Meta, Google. And this is our selection. And so these are the lessons. Oh, let's look at the current results. So you'll see that we've improved. I forget what we were ranked before. What were we ranked? I can't remember. But anyway, so we're still middle of the pack here. This Paramjit Chumber, he dropped. So now number 1 is Bob Ho, who's actually our regional advisor for our chapter club. So he's very experienced, and let's see.
Joanne, where can you find this table?
It's here. You want me to put it in the chat? The
Yeah,
spreadsheet.
Sure.
Okay. I'll put it in
No,
the
the not the spreadsheet. You said it's on the online chapter website.
Joanne?
I don't know if it's on. Yes.
I have a question. Several of these are people's names, not club names.
Yes, you don't have to be a club. So because the online chapter, I don't know if you guys know, the online chapter is not comprised of clubs. It's comprised of anybody that doesn't have a local chapter. So say you're a club, like our online chapter does not have a local chapter. So we belong to the online chapter. And then there's individuals out there that there's not a club near them. So say they're in a region or a state that doesn't have a club near them, then they automatically belong to the online chapter. And then also, if we decide as a club, we don't want to enter as a club, we want to enter as individuals, you can do that. You can either enter as a club or as individuals. You can't do both. So we have to decide that next year. Oops.
Sorry, did you say that they post these results, or is this something that's
Well, you get the results. Okay, so if you get this link, and I can put it in the, see, it automatically updates daily.
okay?
So
but how do you get access to the link? Like, is it on the online chapter webpage? Or
I think so. Okay, let's just take a quick look since we have time. So you go betterinvesting.org and then you go online to get to our chapter. Then we can go to news and articles. And then here's the portfolio contest.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
600.
Here's the current portfolio. Yeah, that's it. You can click on that. Or I can just put this in the chat and you can.
No, that's okay. I got it here.
You don't, okay, you got it, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what's really interesting is that then you can go into the.
John, go back to that screen.
Uh-huh.
Bob Hole presents many club presentations. I thought he's on the company employer officer.
Yeah, he's an
Bob
officer.
Hole.
Yeah, I don't know, Jay probably knows better what I know he's one of the people that started the online chapter. He's
No,
on
he
the
didn't.
no, he didn't.
No,
Well, he was
no. Jay Eagleson and Joanne Obata started the online chapter. They had the first.
no, which we started the International
No,
Model
you
Investment Club.
started it, but then they copied you,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
You had that was the first online club. So
Okay. So actually we've done, so even in that short time when I did the 10-6 review, so it's like 3 weeks, we've increased our holdings from, I think we were maybe negative under 100,000. So yes, Hanny, your MU is doing quite well because we decided to allocate 20,000. We had the 5 stocks, we allocated 20,000 to each, and Hanny's assumptions were right. So we're up 22,000 or 2,600 on that stock. So, but you know, with the thing is what we don't want to have knee-jerk reactions when it's only 3 weeks in. We have to like go through certain cycles. So what I think is really interesting is to look at the other selections, what other people have selected, and then how they allocated the different stocks, the dollar amounts. So some people didn't do evenly. They probably maybe gave a little less to stocks that they didn't think were going to perform as well. But I don't know what the philosophy is on that. But so NVIDIA and Palantir were 2 big ones that people
yeah, Palantir is
yeah, here's another
done quite
Palantir.
well.
Yeah.
I
And
should
I
have
didn't
picked
even
that one because I own Palantir, and it was like.
and it was on your radar. It wasn't even on my radar, so I didn't really catch that. But I mean so for me this is super interesting to see what other, because we don't actually get a chance to ever see what other people are looking at or investing in. So for me this is a great opportunity to to see what other people are investing in. Okay, so that is
John?
yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, in the middle of this one, I had a couple of
Yes.
mishaps and I missed a meeting and my hard disk crashed. But now I'm back to slowly normal now. So anything I can
Okay.
do.
Oh yeah, you can. Okay, so let's go back to this. So so the lessons learned is we'd like to have improved participation. It's not, I mean, unless you just want everybody to do their own individual participation, we can do that. But if we want to participate as a club, we should have enough more. It should be handled like a stock study. So you should go to all 4 meetings. You should do all the analysis. I mean, so it was Isla, myself, and Anitra, and we didn't really have enough you know, and people were coming in and out, and we were changing the stocks all the time. So it made it a challenge to put it together. So, and then the next point is that we don't need to react too quickly because we're only a month into the contest, or 2 months now, I guess. And then we should have a dedicated group to analyze stock substitutions midway. So how many, so we've got November, December, January. So we got about 3 months to take a look at stock substitutions that we might want to trade out. And then we should have a sizable watch list for replacement stocks. And then Isla and I ended up being the ones kind of to put this together. So our feedback is that we should have, you know, more thorough SSGs. We should use Balcool's ratios, do our mode analysis, look at price appreciation, sales and earnings growth. And I know Jane did a thorough evaluation on a certain stock, but it was like it was like already, we had all gone through it and we really didn't have time, or I don't think anybody, I don't know, did anybody in the club go through that? So it was kind of, I think we need to have a more cohesive participation. And then, yeah, I don't know, do you, as a club, do we want to vote on it? It just seems like, yeah, it's super challenging. So I'm willing, if somebody wants to take it over, I'm going to be happy to hand it over. Let's see, is that it? Yeah, that's it.
The only thing I would say, Joanne, is that what you mentioned at the beginning, it's such a short time period that when you do fundamental analysis, like sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but it's more momentum that pushes these stocks up. So if the objective is to win the contest, then I would focus more on momentum stocks. But if we're saying, okay, well, you know, these are, we have stocks on our watch list, let's go in and analyze them, and then maybe we'll end up buying them for the club for the long term, and we're just in the contest for fun, then that's okay too. Then we would do more the, you know, thorough evaluation and the ratios and all that stuff. But really, like if you want to win the contest, it's going to be momentum stocks.
Yeah, which is probably not following VI principles.
No,
So
that's a bit of a, you know, a disjointed kind of thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I was going to ask the man, he's Dan Perlman. I was going to ask him, who runs this contest, is if he should limit the stocks to stocks that follow BI principles rather than, you know, I mean, people could pick Las Vegas stock. Well, he did say they can't be over the counter, that they have to be able to have an SSG and yeah. So yeah, I think this is still, for us, it's still, we need to decide as a club, or if we want to do individual participation, then people can do. But I like that idea that if we are putting so much into it, that there could be potentials for stocks to purchase. That would be great. Because
Yeah,
I was thinking,
we have a watch list, so we could look at,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
we can put them on the watch list.
yeah. And I think, yes.
Joey, I just wonder, in February next year, can we replace the stocks, or we are just doing
Oh
it?
yeah, yeah. You can replace the whole thing if you want to.
Okay.
So, but I was thinking, like, Jane did such a thorough job that should probably just be part of a stock study, since she did a comprehensive review. What do you think, Jane?
I agree with Haney that this is a context for short term. So if we really want
No, the stock that you did, though, the stock that you proposed.
oh, nice. You mean nice or
No, I can't remember what it began with a C.
PDD.
Yeah, it's PDD, yes.
Can that be positioned in the stock?
I thought she suggested nice, if I remember.
Yeah,
No.
nice is study, but I also suggested PDD, Pinduoduo, but then it's a good stock, but it was undervalued, but now the price came up, so we have to consider later how the price looks like in February.
Okay, but I was just even thinking of it as as a club purchasing just for its own portfolio, not
I see.
necessarily. Yeah,
Okay.
not just for this contest. But anyway, okay. Are there any questions?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is Mel Kreutzer. I have a question. This started at the end of August. Was this a portfolio put into the system in August, or it sounds like this was put in kind of midway? So I'm a little confused as how this all started.
Actually, it started. I just got the results. It starts the last day of August, so it's pretty much September, right? So I got these results. I just took a screenshot in September. So it's like or October. So it's like 1 month in.
Okay, yeah, I'm coming in a little bit late on this. I like this the stocks. Just a couple of comments. Most of the other ones, the holdings that the other participants had, they have the hyperscalers. They certainly, I don't see a lot of mid-cap stocks, and they're kind of stalling out. The market is broadening, so I think the selections that we have, that you all decided on, I think are pretty good, quite frankly. And AMPH in particular, I was impressed with as a possible addition to IMIX portfolio. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Okay, thank you, Mel. Anybody else? Okay, I think we can get to. Oh, Mel, were you good? Oh, sorry, Mel. Did I took taking up too much time? Sorry, Mel. Would you like to do your quarterly report?
Oh, okay. So I am on the agenda.
Yeah. I mean, you don't
Okay.
have to be if you're not ready.
No, I did a report, and
Oh, yeah. Okay.
if you, I can put it on the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you presenter right now. You're gonna see where you have to click the button to say you accept. There you go.
Okay.
Right now, we see your PERT right now. Your
Okay.
first cut.
Right. And I could show my SSG also, but
Okay.
bottom line is that Taiwan Semiconductor had a blowout quarter. I couldn't fill in all of the blanks, but some of the major items, year-over-year sales growth, 32%. Year-over-year EPS growth, 54%. And the heading here says our fundamentals deteriorating. No, as a matter of fact, it looks like for TSM that they're actually kind of accelerating. For my SSG, it's overvalued at this point. I think it hit an all-time high, $200 some cents. Still, it's growing quite well, but even with the high PE, the compound annual growth rate is 12.2% for the high PE, only about 8% for the average PE. I would recommend hold. It's such a small holding. On the other hand, it's growing. I think if any moderation in the market, we definitely should put more money in. let me go through some of the comments. So I listened, or didn't listen, but I read the earnings call, and I looked into the 10K, which is really the 20F for foreign company. And the risks are, there's a whole laundry list. And some of these are kind of like obvious: currency inflation, competition, loss of technological leadership. You know, they recognize themselves as the leader. And so, you know, they are going to be very keen to see, you know, what the competition is so they can maintain that. It's a cyclical industry. We understand that. But the first one, quite a lot of paragraphs here: political, economic, and financial crises. I mean, let's face it, they're facing a, you know, China. All right, so China is a big problem, even though they do business in China. You know, we could just read the news to know what the pressures they are under. So let me go through the earnings call. You know, the actual revenue for the quarter, 23.5, 36% year over year. Earnings per share, 54% year over year. We talked about that. To me, one of the more important things is what's the guidance. So for the fourth quarter, they're guiding for revenue between 26.1 and 26.9 billion dollars, which is again going to be 35% year over year. So you know, the whole driving point here is that the hyperscalers, the Googles, the Microsofts, Amazons, they're building these data centers, and they're using not only their own chips but NVIDIA's chips. And so TSM is just very, very busy. Capital expenditures, you could see here, and most of that's going to the advanced technologies, which we're talking about ASML and Lam Research. What I learned, which I think is interesting, there's 3 fabrication plants going up in Arizona, being constructed by TSM and funded in part by our CHIP Act that was signed last year. And the lead fab production, volume production is expected next year. Something I didn't know, which I thought was kind of interesting. TSM also has a Japan facility that's being upgraded, and they're building a new one in Dresden, Germany. So these are outlets for some of the equipment that's offered by stocks that we own, ASML, for example. Quickly, when the analysts started talking, there was this concern about the return on investment may not pan out, a bubble may be forming. And you hear a lot of analysts scratching their heads saying maybe things are building out too fast. Maybe we're in a bubble, that the investment is not going to show itself. But according to the CEO, CCY, demand is real, there's no bubble, and he cites NVIDIA's effort. I forget the exact quote from Huang about he can't keep up with demand. The follow-up question was, what about the rest of the chip industry? And this is, I think, where one of the reasons ASML fell. The response is overall semiconductor demand is stable and starting to improve. Okay, we're talking about everything else except the AI grade. And I put down here that this seems to be tacitly acknowledging the chip demand in automotive industry sector is probably in a slump. And if we believe why, maybe it's starting to improve. Capital expenditures, same as last year's. Could this indicate a slowdown? Response, no. One last thing, if I look at Yahoo and EPS trend, I just noticed that the trend is slightly down over 90 days, and I was kind of surprised at that because everybody else is saying the the earnings per share are going to go up. Maybe they started from a high point, but one of the things that Zach certainly looks at, and one of the things that I look at to see the trends. Okay, that's my report for TSM.
That's really good. Thank you, Mel. Quick question. Do you think there's sort of a dampening effect on these large cloud infrastructure server farms in terms of energy? I know a lot of people are getting excited about energy and energy companies and nuclear in particular, because a lot of these things use a lot of energy. But so could that have a if they don't get the energy fast enough, could that slow things down?
That could be. There are a number of factors that could hamper the growth, and certainly getting enough energy is one of them. Perhaps a bigger one is getting getting the proper personnel. Okay, that's another big one. And as far as power goes, if you've been reading the latest news, Google, all the hyperscalers are investing in nuclear power. The small modulars, they're going to start up the second unit of 3 Mile Island. I think it's Palisades, an old reactor that was shut down. They're going to start that one up to generate more power. The one side effect of all of this is that the nuclear industry may get propelled by the hyperscalers who need the power. But I guess to answer your question, Andy, not getting enough power could hamper them. But right now they're in the building phase, and so I think getting the proper personnel, going through all the hoops that the CHIPS Act requires, I think these are some of the maybe headwinds going forward right now.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, the personnel one is interesting because I was reading an article recently about salaries for the top sort of chip designers, and it's literally like starting salaries in the tens of millions of dollars for these guys. I guess there's not a lot of them around, and they're very much in demand.
Any?
Yes.
How do you say it? Milburn? His first name is Milburn?
Yeah,
No,
call me Mel.
Mel.
Yeah.
Huh?
Call me Mel.
Mel, okay, sorry. I was deeply involved in nuclear power plant designs, and they still on and off come to me. What he said, Mill said is true. I do not know what is happening, but all this AI demand is stirring up. Closure plants are coming online, planning to come online. Federal government is pumping money, aid to restart the plants, and then new and smaller designs are coming up into the market. It's interesting. The AI needs so much power, and it is reviving the nuclear turnaround now.
Yeah, I have sort of some mixed feelings about this small modular, because I was involved in a couple of projects, and the issue is there's a couple of issues. One, when you have a large nuclear plant or multiple plants, if you're a big utility and say you own a fleet of 4 or 5 nuclear reactors, you have the infrastructure to support them. you know, so there's a lot of regulatory restrictions and things like that. You need to do a lot of engineering, a lot of reporting, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a cost to that. And if you own a fleet of reactors, you can spread that cost out over the fleet. So the small modulars, if the regulator is going to apply the same rigor to a small modular reactor that they do to a larger plant, then you're going to have, again, somebody that owns a fleet of these things and can spread the overhead costs across that fleet of reactors. But having like one or two in a particular area may be problematic. The other thing is, you know, if you both, you know, Mal and um, Reddy, you've been in the industry, you know, for example, that nuclear power plants are heavily guarded, and there's regulations about, you know, how to securely, you know, secure them. Again, if you apply that same rigor to a small modular reactor, the overhead cost is gonna, you know, it's gonna be too high. The other thing is, like, you know, in Canada, we actually have 8 reactors that are surrounded by about 5 million people, and they've been operating for a long time. But there's this, you know, not in my backyard mentality. So if you were to drop, you know, a small modular in the middle of Sacramento or, you know, whatever, Los Angeles, are people going to be willing to have that net next to them?
Looks
So there's
like
a bunch of
looks like it is going to looks like it is going to change in the future. Next week I'm attending. I'm still on the ASME code committee, several code committees. Because it's close, I'm going to attend it. But yes, your point is well taken. But those were huge regulations were applied for large power plants. But the future is going to be small and very frequently located anywhere, and regulations will are being developed to suit those small ones.
Yeah, that has to happen in order for this to work.
It's in the works already.
Yeah,
it's in the works.
Right. I know it's not going to be easy, but you know, let's get Palisades and let's get 3 Mile Island. That should be reasonably easy. And then if you got you know, deep pockets like Amazon funding these and Google funding these demonstration projects, I'm optimistic. Okay.
I can't talk too much, but I'm involved in some of these things. Even now, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you need some risk capital, because these are very experimental still, and you know, in order to go from a concept to something that's working and to jump through all the regulatory hoops, you need a lot of money. So it's
scaling up requires a lot more work, but this is scaling down. Scaling down.
Yeah, scaling down more affordable, and no smokestacks.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be safer as well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Hero, you live in East Toronto, I think, and
West
Toronto.
Yeah.
You know, but like we're literally within the exclusion zone of the Pickering nuclear station. You have the entire population of the GTA next to eight reactors, and we've had that for since the 70s, so without any incident. So you know, they're very safe for sure.
But our reactors are designed differently than many others, right?
Yes.
So that's part of the reason.
True. Yeah. No, that's
so these
true.
small modulars, what they say is going to be much safer. I don't know exactly what they mean. There's going to be no meltdown or possible explosions or something. I don't know. But they say it's much safer. But so far, there's not one small modular reactor in the United States. There's
Oh,
nothing.
it's in the work. It's in the works.
Yeah.
I can't talk much, but it is in the works, and it is around the corner.
Yeah.
Well, there's two being developed in Canada, one at Chalk River and one at Darlington. You know, again, they're at very early stages. So,
Yeah.
but there's money
Yeah,
behind them.
both sides are working on, both designers as well as regulators are working.
Yeah, where I would kind of look to invest is in the uranium industry, because I think even if the small modular reactors don't take off, or they don't take off as quickly, a lot of the larger plants are going to be started up, and you know, a lot of the nuclear fuel in the United States, believe it or not, was coming from Russia at one time, and so that's not happening anymore. So it'll be coming from Canada or maybe Australia. So investing in the miners, the uranium miners, is probably not a bad.
That's a good point, but a couple of, I'm not familiar with all of them, but a couple of them, one day going up and one day going down, like Albemarle. Okay, I don't understand what is Albemarle.
Yeah, take a look at Cameco, CCJ or CJJ. I can't remember.
CCO.
No, in Canada, yeah, it's CCO,
Yeah.
but in the US,
in the
it's
US.
CCJ or something like that. But
Okay.
Cameco, yeah, CCJ. Cameco's has been on a tear for the last couple of years.
Yeah, I have Albemarle few shares, but one day is going up, one day is going down. Yeah.
Okay, do you mind if we get open the mic for guest questions and comments, and then I'd like to get to some club business. Is that okay, guys?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, attendees, guests, I'm going to go through and unmute you, and if you'd like to ask a question or give a comment. Angie, you're self-muted. If you look.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, hi, Ann.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. Welcome.
Awesome. Thank you. I found the meeting very engaging and informative tonight. I look forward to seeing how the club does in the competition.
Okay. It's our first time, so we're like newbies.
Yeah, but it was really good. Yeah. And I like the treasurer's report. He went into I wanted to see what subscriptions he has to be able to do those types of calculations, which were several.
Okay. Well, maybe at the end of this, Hanny, or I don't know, Hanny, can you just throw it in the chat, maybe?
Hey,
Sure.
Some of the things. Okay. All right.
Thank
And thank you, Ann. Okay, I'm going to go to Helen next. Helen, you're self-muted. Oh, she's raised her hand. What does that mean? Question. Do you have a question, Helen? No. Okay. I'm going to leave you open, Helen. So if you oh, there you are, Helen. Hi.
Hi, I'm Helen. I live in Atlanta. I'm sort of curious about a comment that was made regarding the 3 reactors that are being built in Arizona. We have a reactor here in South Georgia, Hatch plant. It's on a river, requires a lot of water. Are these plants in Arizona requiring a lot of water? The reason I ask is I don't think there's a whole lot of water out there in Arizona.
Okay.
It's not relevant to the stock question.
Those aren't reactors out in Arizona. But
oh, that's right. They're fab plants.
They're fab plants, but they do require cooling, and that's a good point. That's another issue. We were talking about headwinds for some of these fabrication plants. That's another issue out there. And, you know, they're developing air cooling and other things like that. But those are fabrication plants.
Thank you.
I think
Thank you, Helen.
you have, I think you have Vogel, right, in Georgia. But yeah, that's four units, I think, and that does require a lot of cooling. The small modulars are completely different technology, so they don't. Some of them are gas cooled. Some use molten salt, so it's a little bit different technology.
Okay, interesting. Thank you. The
Thank you,
plant I was
Helen.
referring to is the Hatch plant on the Altamaha River.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Helen. So we'll go next to Janet. Unmute you, Janet. Hi, Janet. You're self-muted. I'm gonna, actually, you're on two. Hi,
Oh,
Janet.
nice meeting. I always learn something from you. Very interesting conversation.
Oh, it's good to have you again. Do you have any other questions?
None right now.
Okay. We'll throw them in the question box if you have any.
You
Thanks
know,
for attending, Janet.
I do have a question.
Okay, yes.
How do you get to your chat box?
At the very bottom of the toolbar on the right, do you see that?
Yes.
You just put the drop down, there's an arrow, just click on that, and then Hanny's put one of the things he's put in there is finbox.com for one of his subscriptions. Do you see
I
it?
see it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. What else do we have here? Sharif. Hi, Sharif. You're self-muted.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Oh, good evening.
So I don't really have too many questions. I'm, fairly new to this investing world. I attended the Yankee model stock meeting. And I've watched some material on YouTube. And to get to the point here, my main question is, what what have you guys went over to choose stocks out of all things to invest into? And for someone looking into someone looking to get into investing, where should I start?
Oh, well, Better Investing's a fantastic place to start because everybody, single person in this club started at zero. I think there's not anybody that was already a professional,
Hmm.
financial analyst or
Hmm.
professional investor. So yeah, this is all, and I don't know if you were here at the introduction, but we consider ourselves a learning lab. So we all research things together, and yeah, and we
Okay.
support each other. Yeah. So
Now,
are
also,
you a better investing member?
no, I am not yet. Last meeting, I forget who I spoke with off the top of my head, but they have walked me through how to become a member, and I just have not yet done that. Um, but say for instance, little old me was looking to get something similar started, get my own investment, club started. Is there any tips that you could, give me before I make that decision?
Maybe have a combination of people that are a little bit more experienced, as well as people that are totally new, because you need sort of someone to guide you a little bit,
Right.
Yeah.
make it a bit
And
easier.
Sharif, what, so Jay and I started this club, and we actually belong to another club and then decided to start our own. So a good recommendation is for you
Nice.
to join an existing club and pick up, you know, some basic skills, and then spin off and start your own club once you have some good basics down.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of the
Yeah,
direction I've been going. You know, I've been attending these club meetings to just be a sponge and kind of soak in all the good
yeah,
information you guys
good.
have been giving.
That's perfect. That's exactly what you need to do.
Perfect. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, I'm gonna go to Tim next. Tim,
Yeah, hi.
hi.
Welcome. I enjoyed the meeting. I'm calling you in from Honolulu.
Oh, welcome, Tim.
I've only been within Better Investing for about a year, so this is still fairly new to me. But I appreciate what was shared tonight. Thank you.
Oh, good. So do you belong to a club?
No, I don't think there's one out here.
Well, you're welcome to, we have a member info in the chat that you can take a look at, and the online chapter is a excellent chapter. If you don't have any clubs around you, that would be your chapter, is the online chapter, even if you just decided to join as an individual.
Okay, thank you. By the way, I'm
Yes.
number 8 in the portfolio contest.
You are. Okay, Tim, maybe we want you on our team.
I don't think so.
Good. Okay. Let's see. Does Helen had her hand up. Let me see. Helen, did you have something to say because you have your hand up? No. Okay, her hand's down. Okay, so that winds it up for, let's see. I'm going to show my screen. Oh, I don't want to show that. I want to show this. Okay. Okay, at one time we had talked about submitting a first cut, and Hanny, you able to do a first cut for at your last study that we could submit?
I'd have to look. I don't remember. I'd have to look.
Because I know you said, where's the form, and I got the form.
Yeah, I might have done it. Yes, I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, if you could submit that, that'd be awesome, because one of the challenges the online chapter is having is to have people submit first cuts. So
okay.
if we can participate.
How do you submit them on behalf of the club?
It's in the on the form. It says that you're submitting it for International Model Investment Club.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. And then
who should be doing the first cut? Annie, are you going to do a first cut on one of those, or?
You guys should have. Oh, you guys already did the first cut. You just need to submit it.
I have not done the first cut report. I could put one together for either of these.
You didn't do it for it when you did your stock study?
Well, we did, but not using the form. So I think most of the information required that goes in the form, we did.
Oh, you already have, yeah. So just transfer it over.
On a PowerPoint or something. So
yeah, just transfer it over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then at your last stock study, you had requested cell analysis, and I think it was for LGIH and QLYS. Is that
yeah, I think that's right.
Who's LGIH? That's Mina, and QLYS is Christopher.
Right.
So, but they never came up, because I saw that did we buy 3 stocks last month?
We did. Yeah.
So I highly recommend that we sell something. You know, especially like after reviewing your assessment. And I think both of these have been flagged as stocks that have been trailing or not meeting expectations. So I'm not sure if you want to talk about
Disney? What about Disney?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll put Disney too.
I'll talk to Mina because I see him every once in a while, so
Okay.
I'll get a hold of him.
Okay. Yeah, I think we really need to, if we're going to go on a buying spree, we need to also be selling some stocks.
Yeah, sorry, I'm
Oh,
here.
hi, Mina.
Hey, sorry, I was just late. I'll definitely have something for next meeting on LGIH so that, or we can definitely have it as a motion to sell now. But
Didn't you already do it? Did you
yeah, but
already do it or
I
not?
think in September was a quarterly, so I don't have anything updated at the moment.
I mean, I don't know. How current do we want it? If somebody said they wanted to make a motion to sell LGIH,
All good. I just
does anybody have any opposition to that? I mean, it's not like it's all of a sudden turned around and
no,
start
everything.
performing.
Yeah, well, the quarterly was still in place. Really, I think I can check the.
I think all three of these stocks, LGIH, QLYS, and Disney, have been, their fundamentals are not good and they're kind of consistently down. So
I also created the when to sell checklist for QLYS as well, if you want to
yeah,
sell.
and well, I don't know. So does anybody have any opposition to if we make a motion to sell?
I don't.
I don't. I mean, especially since they already went through the sell checklist.
Yep.
But okay, so let's keep that in mind and we'll go through these other things. I guess we can talk about stock assignments if we sell these other stocks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm just going to go through this list. So contact stock challenge by February. Is there anybody that wants to take this over?
I don't, but I am happy to participate.
Okay. So I think, and I'm asking people that participate to commit to, you just don't show up for one and then not show up for all the others. And then I think the group that does the final, whatever suggestions should be a committed group. I don't know, unless somebody else thinks otherwise.
No, I think that's fair.
Okay. Is there anybody
We're
else?
talking about the challenge. You're talking about the
Yes.
challenge participation.
Contest. Yeah. The stock.
Yeah, I am willing to participate.
Okay, so it'll be Annie, Mel. How about you, Reddy? Felix or Piero?
Yeah.
You two were both involved in it before.
Yes, sure I will.
Okay. I didn't hear anything from Reddy, so he's being really quiet.
Yeah,
Did he leave?
Yeah. So let me know what is my assignment. I will follow.
You just have to commit to be part of the group that just does the contest stock challenge.
I was last couple of months ago completely. I was thrown out of.
I know you were moving. Okay, you get it.
Yeah, moving, and then my hard drive crashed.
Oh yeah. Okay. You have some good excuses. Okay. I have two other things. We had, I don't know, recently it was, I think, me, Isla, Anitra, Reddy, Piero. We had this great discussion on current events and stocks. And we thought outside of this regular group meeting, this stock investment meeting, if anybody is interested in having like a regular current events discussion, I'm just kind of putting that out there if anybody's interested in that.
Sure. This kind of brings up something I wanted to discuss, which is I've been involved with a group that does options investing, and they use Discord. I don't know if anyone's used Discord, before, but it's free, and it's very convenient for, you know, you could apply it to what some of the stuff that we're doing, whether it's current events that you want to discuss or stock studies or, you know, portfolio reviews, whatever. And it's both text and voice based, and you can post things, and it's very simple to use. I was apprehensive about using it, and then I started to use it, and it's like it's dead simple, but it's really good for sharing information and having sort of discussions, and you have different channels for different topics.
So how different is that from Slack? Because I think Mina tried to introduce Slack to this group, and we didn't really get any engagement. Is it similar to Slack, or?
I don't recall
Slack.
using Slack, but
Okay.
but this is like I found this very, very easy to use. It's pretty straightforward, and it's also on your phone, so you can download the Discord app, and then if people are having text conversations, it shows up on your phone, and you can read it. You can reply on your phone. You don't need to be at a computer. And then if you want to actually speak, my sons tell me that they use it for video games. They talk to their friends through it on video games, and they talk to each other. So it's
so you can kind of have a conference call while you're
yeah, exactly. Yep. You can do presentations, just like we don't even need to use GoToWebinar.
How do you spell it? How do you spell it?
Discord, DISC. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
It's discord.com.
Okay.
But it's free, and it's quite easy to use.
Okay.
Can you have
I'm just putting that.
Sorry, can you? Sorry, did somebody ask something?
Yeah, just a question. And this would be a means of us all communicating with each other, irrespective then of our own emails and that sort of thing. I guess that's the advantage here.
Yeah, so say that we're doing a stock study. So you would create a text channel, or you could create a voice channel, and you could say, you know, this month's stock study, and then if you had comments on it, like, or questions or whatever, you would post them, and it shows up on your phone. And if you download the Discord app on your phone, and you could text back and forth, but within that channel you have the entire conversation regarding that particular topic. So even if you wanted, say, you know, to talk about a specific stock or something, you could create a channel for that stock, or you wanted to talk about, you know, some administrative thing related to the club, you know, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. But there's two types of channels. There's voice and there's text. So with the voice, you can actually do what we're doing now, and then you can post, say, like all of our webinars. You can post those. You can present them in Discord, and you can post them in Discord. So you have them, and you know, the only thing is, unlike YouTube, people have to be invited. So it's not.
It's a closed group. It's a closed
group, and yeah, you can invite people to it. You can send them email invites, but it's a closed thing.
Okay.
I can, if you want, I can maybe like next month I can do a demonstration of it for like 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, and maybe you guys that are doing this contest stock challenge can test it out.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, stock watch list. I know we've been through this multiple times about having a watch list. I know, Hanny, you put some stocks on there. I put some stocks on there, but we're not really good about keeping track of a watch list. And I think this is a challenge for other clubs too, or even other investors. I mean, people in their own portfolios. It's having a watch list is, I think you have to give it as much attention as you do watching your own stocks. I don't know.
There was a discussion about this on one of the Better Investing webinars, and they said, don't call it a watch list, call it a commitment list. So,
Oh,
um,
okay.
and if nothing's happening after a while, maybe get rid of something. Anyway.
Yeah, so they're basically like stocks that you might want to, you know, purchase. The price might be too high or something, and you know you've done the work and just waiting for the price to drop. So I think the way to do it is maybe to assign individuals to each of the stocks, decide on maybe culling the list to, you know, some shorter list or whatever that we're committed to, and then have individuals, you know, follow those. And then once they reach a certain price level, maybe pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah, there has to be a name associated with that, and somewhere on the agenda that comes up, even if it's only a minute or two. You know, should it be actively voted on, for example?
And actually, we have a watch list on my iClub, and if people do an initial SSG, they can link it here, so we could at least see, you know, based on current pricing.
Let me point your attention to the price change. No, you've got it up, but look at the change in price on some of these things when we recommended to put them on the watch list and what they are now.
Yeah, and then we didn't do anything.
Yeah, so you know, so some of these are good. You know, they were good picks. We just didn't act on them. So it's probably a good thing to go back and check some of these out.
So what were you saying?
I have a suggestion or comment to make the what we need watch list. That's a backup stock in case we decide to sell something. We should pick up from the watch list. So that means it should be actively considered by the club members. Is it a useful? It's a good idea to assign watch list also one stock per person member, so that they are kind of a primary focus is the current list stock we have, and the second focus is one in the watch list. So each person follows two of them.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, and you don't have to do as thorough. It's like a quarterly report. I think as long as you keep the SSG updated, and then once it looks like, okay, this is something I want to replace, then you do your whole first cut and your thorough analysis.
Yeah. At least the watcher will look at the news and developments of that stock, and once in a while SSG and update the price and see how it is doing.
I agree.
So for example, somebody recommend the stock on the watch list, then that person may want to be following up on that stock continuously.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like our portfolio stock is assigned to each one person, assign the watch list stock also one of them to that person.
Yeah, for example, I recommended First Solar, so I will be the one to follow First Solar. FSL.
Okay. Is there anybody, while we're on here, is there anybody that has any stocks they want to add to the watch list?
Well, as I look at the stocks on the competition, AMPH looks like one of the stronger ones, and there's not, I think, too much in the healthcare area in the portfolio. So I would suggest doing that, and I guess I could do an SSG and add it.
So then I would put Mel. Is Mel on here? Yeah, Mel. So then once you get the, oh, here's one. I don't know where that study came from. Let's see, and let me go back to the one Jane said. So Jane, this is Jane. Is there a no? My watch list. Oh, okay. Anybody else want to put dibs in on anything?
Oh, yeah. I'll watch Palantir.
Okay, you're already signed to that, but you don't have a study now. Okay. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. Who suggested ARM? I just added these as they were coming up as we had discussions. Anybody else want to follow anything or have a suggestion? Okay, if you don't respond, then I assign.
I can follow Tesla.
Okay.
Well, should any of these
thank you.
maybe be deleted? Like, is anybody serious about Tesla?
Well, is anybody serious about Elon? I know my friends who have Teslas were going to upgrade, but they're like, forget it now. They want.
Yeah, I mean, he's advertising this as a AI company and all of this, but the stock just yo-yos, and I don't know. I'm just expressing my opinion. Maybe there's a future.
Something else, yeah. Well, what is this? This is just the last year, right? Oh, this is since March. Huh, interesting. Okay. Anybody else? Just me, Mel, Hanny, Jane, Christopher?
Joanne,
Yes, Piero.
what is AMR? What is that?
ARM.
AR.
It's ARM.
This one?
It's a chip manufacturer.
Oh, okay, I'll follow that.
Okay.
I'll watch it, yeah.
And you know what? You might say, and you can always come back and say, this stock's not worth
watching.
Yeah, let's get rid of it. Okay, who else is out there? I think I saw we have there's Mina's on the line. No? Hey,
Oh, sorry.
You don't see any.
Back from holiday, so I'm catching up on emails. Yeah, no, I'm happy to follow anything really at this point. So
You get your choice.
And
let
me see here, something that looks good because I'm tired of following LGIH, which sucks.
Yeah, Why? How about Palantir? That one's on fire right now.
Yeah, I think Hanny was following that one though, right?
Who? Nobody's following.
I'm happy to.
No.
I'm happy to give that over if you like.
Oh, that's the one you want? Oh, Hanny, I'm sorry.
What's a when there? Or sorry, no. Let me.
Oh, you can take. It's on semiconductor. You can take Palantir if you like.
I'm fine covering. Let me look into on. I haven't heard of them before, so that'll be fun.
That one you might say, forget it. Look at that. It's very rock and roll.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Okay. Jay.
I follow Copar.
Okay. Do you own a
way,
Copar?
yes. Penny, I uploaded the first cut report. I downloaded it from BI website and uploaded it under stock study.
Okay.
They have instruction. I will tell you how to name file and where to send to.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question. When we do stock study, do we have to submit first cut to BI every time?
No, but we need to start submitting our first cuts because we're a model club and we need to be
To be
participating
a
in.
model.
Yeah, you have to be a model. Yeah.
So Christopher and I did the NICE stock study.
Oh,
Should
you
we-
did? Yes. Can you submit that one? That'd be
Yeah,
great.
okay.
Uh-oh, what happened to this one? What's this? STM? What is this one?
It's another chip maker thing. I'm not sure why it dropped.
Okay, I'll watch. I'll look into this. So Reddy was the
Yes.
one who was saying assign to everybody. Says, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to give you this one, Reddy. STM.
I'm the last choice, huh?
See,
Janet
you did.
raised her hand by mistake. I click on it. Oh, Anne also raised a hand. Oh, I have a question. Let's see what's in. What is the
Okay.
difference between a model club and regular club?
Oh, what is the
A model
difference?
club, yeah, a model club. Model club is sponsored by the chapter. Individual regular club, model club also open to public. Anyone can attend the meetings. Regular club, it can be a private club. They may be only accept the friends, family friends, and not really open to public. That's the major difference.
And plus, don't we get certain things for free because we're a
Yeah,
model
that's why
club?
it's sponsored by the chapter. Yeah, like
Yes.
our GoToWebinar, license. So it was
Yeah,
sponsored by the chapter.
because we're a model club. And don't we get my iClub because we're a model club?
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you're a regular club, then you got to pay for those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back. So I think we made it through my list. Okay. So stock watch list. Thank you guys. I'm so happy that we're putting that stock watch. We're going to try to do something. And maybe, Hanny, we could do a monthly update or whatever. You could just click on that. I mean, do you go to
Sure.
my iClub to look at and then just kind of do a quick review?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I do.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's very good. Okay. All right, now we're at the voting on buys or sells. Anybody want to make a motion? I'll make a motion to sell LGIH. All of it.
I'll second. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. Guys gotta help me put this on. Okay, so what is it? Sell all shares?
Yes.
Oh, no. Is that Hanny's big German Shepherd?
No, he's sleeping now. Oh.
Sell all shares LGIH by Joanne. And who's the second? Hanny.
Mina, I think. Okay.
Mina.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Mina was first. Okay. And then close voting sooner if majority reached? Yeah. And then keep it open till when? This is a month later. We don't want to leave it open for a month, right? Leave it open till what, Friday? Wednesday?
Pretty much everybody's here except for
Hello.
Iowa. Yeah. So we
Okay.
could probably just do it now. I'll just go to my iClub.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it open till tomorrow, tomorrow night. Okay. Okay. All right. Any other motions?
I'll make a motion to sell Disney.
Okay.
I'll
Anybody
second.
second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Why is not here to defend his stock?
Yeah, but it's been.
No, he actually he was okay with selling.
Oh,
Yeah, when the last meeting that he presented, he said he was okay selling it.
So who seconded it?
I did. I have my finger on the voting button.
You do. Okay. Simple. Close vote and serve majority read. Is it majority? Yeah. Okay. Anything else? We still want to keep QLYS?
Chris, what do you think?
what's wrong with QLYS? Just overpriced?
No, it
Well,
doesn't look, the
right
fundamentals
now
don't
it's
look
not
very good.
overpriced. I just think that it's not growing as much anymore.
Is it medium size or large now?
It's still small.
Oh, still small, but you think
think.
there's no growing? So the
Yeah,
CEO
I
is
think
not working?
I think it's very, what's the term? Narrow mode? Is that what it is? It's just their product kind of only solves one thing, so
Hmm.
it's just
A
kind of
quick,
slow.
a quick question. According
What-
to the SSG, is it a sell or hold?
According to SSG, it's a hold.
Okay.
Oh, and we might want to buy more ASML. We're only at
Yeah,
1.8.
there
And
were
On QLYS, whenever I remember reading a Morningstar report, and their sales keep going down and down. I think that was the comment made, and I think that was a concern that I had on QLYS. It certainly wasn't growing on the top line.
I don't think
Mhm.
the sales is like going down. It's not like declining, but it's just not growing as much. So the
is it
the sales
flat?
growth is decreasing.
Oh.
Hmm.
And for a small company, that's not very good.
Yeah.
Chris, did you
Okay.
present the SSG last time during your
Yeah, I think so.
quarter report? Okay,
Yeah.
what was your recommendation at the time?
Let me find it.
the chart
It's probably a
doesn't look
hold.
the chart
Yeah, it's
doesn't
probably
look
hold.
very good.
Chart doesn't look good?
No,
Let me look
it's
at mine.
gone like from December of last year. It's gone down quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
I think I just saw the value line, the most current report on QLYS. I think the top line is still growing, but the earnings per share is been declining in 2024, and 2025 will pick up a bit, but it's still forecasting. So
And it's got a take stock quality rating of 3.2 on a scale of 0 to 10. Increased debt.
How is QLYS, who's QLYS competitor?
Isn't it
I
like,
mean, they're top of the line in their product, but it's just not a product that people care too much about, I guess. And it's because they lost their partnership with Microsoft earlier in the year, so their revenue's gone down quite a bit.
Hmm. The graph still look okay. The graph
check the stock chart.
Where do I find that? What do you, is it in my iClub?
No, like any stock chart. Like if you go to Yahoo or
Oh, okay, okay,
or
okay.
stockcharts.com.
Oops.
You're looking, let me respond to Anne's question. And we don't invest in real money, but we treat it like we're investing real money because we're all over, we're different place, different state, different country. We just really focus on learning, not to worry about, you know, the treasury piece of the work, like, you know, taxes or how much you contribute, all that. Hope that makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I know I had read that, but then we were talking earlier about $100 a person, so I wasn't sure. Just wanted to clarify. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's the fake money. It's just like, you know, we just want to look like a real, like if this is how much you invested each month,
Mm-hmm.
by the time you leave, how much what's your gain or what's your loss?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then people can, you know, follow the stocks in their personal portfolio. If they don't like certain ones, they don't have to. So it gives everybody flexibility.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem with QLYS is that it's like really undervalued right now, so it would feel pretty bad to sell it. Like even in Value Line, it's like it's obvious that it's undervalued right now. So there's that. But I guess there's also the opportunity cost of holding on to this. So
Well, we have
Yeah,
a lot of cash, so we don't
yeah.
you know, we don't need to sell it, but it's but maybe we should
Also,
just watch it.
Yeah, watch it. Yeah, I'll see.
I think we should sell it because it's not just the cash, it's the overhead of somebody watching this stock. I think we would be better off assigning somebody else to one of the newer stocks. Get rid of this stock, assign that person to a newer stock. I don't see this stock recovering that fast. I don't know. I mean, just
It's
from its
range
history.
average for timelessness. But then I think there's a potential for it.
I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think it's gonna go back to 200, but it'll probably regain like 160, I think.
Yeah, I can't guarantee that it will arise this year, but next year it should also pick up.
yeah. What was our purchase price? Did we buy the stock when it was 70 or something?
No, 100 something.
Oh, really? We bought a couple of times. I
Where do
thought
you
we
see, where
bought
do you
with
see
this
that?
company. It's under. Let's see, where
Let
is
me
it?
find out.
Not transaction. Where is it? Which portfolio? Gain or loss?
Hang on.
Okay. Yeah.
Here it is. We bought it in 20. So we've
Oh,
almost,
not quite 5 years yet. Okay. So we bought at.
and then it's only gained like
152.
6. I just don't, you know, if we're supposed to double in 5 years and it's like 6.9%, I just don't like this stock.
Well, you have all these red, Joanne.
No, but well, we're getting
How do
rid of
you
this one.
justify that?
We're getting rid of this one. We're getting rid of this one. This one we just bought. This one we just bought. So we don't react on stocks that we've just bought. But if we've been holding this one since, like, 2016, get rid of this. Yeah. I just, you know, our club has a really hard time selling stocks. I think sometimes we hold on to them too long when we could be using that money for, you know, others. Granted, we have a lot of money right now, but I think we can also be buying more
Of the stock that
ASML.
we
We could
own.
pay,
Yeah.
Taiwan Semiconductor. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll
I
make a
don't know.
motion to sell. I'll make a motion then to sell QLYS.
Okay, I'll second.
Okay. We can have discussion. I mean, I'm not, that's just my opinion. I don't want to I mean, I know Jane and Christopher, if you have strong feelings, say it now.
It's okay. I'm not too
Again,
attached.
you're not too attached. Okay. All right. And I'm
Actually,
telling you, go ahead, Jane.
yeah, Christopher sold his stock in QLYS.
He already sold it? Christopher, if you sell your shares, why are you making the club hold it?
Well, but for me, it's an opportunity cost because I don't have that much cash. But
Yeah, exactly.
we have a lot of cash in the club, so.
Yeah, but we could also use that cash for other. I just don't, I don't want to see somebody like. I think it's really frustrating to watch a stock that's not doing well for consistently. Oops, who did that? Was it Mel? Who seconded it?
I
Anybody?
did.
No.
Hanny.
Okay.
Yep, I did.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. I mean, really, I just don't like to. I mean, that stock hasn't done well since we've had. I guess it did well for a second, but then it
Yeah.
came right down. So, okay. So are we done then with our motions? Oh, does anybody want to buy more for, let's see. Which one did we look at? Is it this one? Percent of, so ASML, we have 1.8. We're getting rid of Disney, Taiwan 1.2. Amazon 4.8. CrowdStrike 4.5. We try to get, oh, and then
Why Taiwan?
LGIH we're getting.
Why Taiwan?
Taiwan.
Can I make a
Okay, how
motion to
much?
buy ASML?
Wait, say that, Christopher?
Can I make a motion to buy ASML?
ASML. More? Okay, so we've got two motions. One for
How much? How much?
Okay, yeah.
I need a
How
number.
much cash do we have?
We
No,
have about,
how much?
well, now we're going to have a lot more cash because we're selling a couple of these, but we had about $18,000.
I mean, and we want to get to 5%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just however much that is.
$2,000 of Taiwan.
Wait, we don't have
What are
Taiwan.
the motions? There's two motions,
We,
no seconds.
okay, let's start at what? Does anybody know how much we have Taiwan?
We do?
TSM.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I don't
We have
know.
only
So
1.2%.
somebody
want
has
to-
to do the calculation.
I'll do
That's
it.
Chris.
I'll do
He's
it.
the mathematician. So does Piero. We have a few in the club. Mathematician.
So how much what did you say? $2,000
Dollar
you
amount.
said?
Yeah, $2,000 will bring it to what percentage, Henny?
Oh, I see.
We
Okay.
want it to be 5%.
Which one are we doing? TSM? So
TSM. TSM today is at $201 per share.
It's at an all-time high.
Yeah, I was
Do we
wondering.
want to buy it at?
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking at buying something that's kind of down but has a good, future possibility, ASML is probably a better thing to buy at this time.
Right. Okay.
Rather than, it's just my opinion. Okay.
No, it's a good
It is. You're buying at a high.
That's a good point. I've practiced that quite a bit, but yeah, TSM is a good company. Then you can put a limit order if you want to.
ASML is down a lot, so it's and it's starting to go up. So it might be, yeah. I would buy more ASML.
Okay. Who? Christopher made the motion. Anybody second it? Oh, how many shares? Hanny.
I was second.
Okay.
Okay. I'm give me a few minutes and I'll
Okay.
work that out.
Okay.
I think
So
it
while
needs to
Henry's work,
be. I think it needs to be $4,000 to hit 5%. I think like 4,000 more, about a little bit less than
Okay.
4,000.
Well,
Show
make it
us
an
your
even.
math work, Chris.
Well, right now our total portfolio is 96K, and then we have 1.4K of ASML, so it's about 4K.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. Well,
4,000?
yes.
Okay.
Maybe about 5 shares, maybe.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
make
sounds
it
all right.
an even
You
number
want
of
to do,
shares.
you want to
7
do
shares.
shares? 5 shares?
Yeah, 5 shares.
5 shares comes out to be about 3,500
Yeah,
now, around
35.
thereabout.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, we have a
Today,
boatload of money.
today it is $714.
So,
Say that-
yeah, what did you say? 5 shares? Make it 6 shares. Then it's
Okay.
that's close to 4,000.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, and then we're holding off on TSM. Is
Yeah,
there anything
it's
else?
at an all-time high.
Let's see what else. Do we want to buy any more CrowdStrike? How's any of these other ones down? Oh, I don't have that list that you should look at that chart that you had.
CrowdStrike is going up. It dropped quite a bit to 200, and it's now at 3. What is it? Where is it? Hold on. Yeah, it's 309, I think. 309.
And but it's still not at its peak, right?
No, it's about halfway. The peak is around 3. It's about 400. And there's accumulation going on. People, large institutions are buying. It looks like slowly people are accumulating.
So we bought 4,000 of ASML, but we didn't buy anything else, right?
Can I make a motion to buy where's CrowdStrike? How many do we have?
We are losing about 9% on CrowdStrike.
We're losing? Oh, because we bought it at a high.
We bought it
Yeah.
high. Maybe buy $1,000 of CrowdStrike.
Do you want to buy shares or?
Well, I'll just if you say $1,000,
figure it out.
and then we can work out an even number of shares.
Okay. Okay.
Or like a whole number of shares, not even.
You made that motion. Anybody second it? No seconds?
I can second it.
Okay. Okay. So wow, we were very active this month. So we are a motion to sell a LGIH, a motion to sell Disney, a motion to sell QLYS, a motion to buy more shares of ASML and buy more shares of CrowdStrike. Okay. Seems like we're still way. Go ahead.
Sorry.
So
Who's
if
following ASML?
What was that, Jay?
Who's following ASML?
Oh no. Okay, that's another thing. Let's get back to here. We need followers. Okay, so I'm pretty sure those 3 stocks are getting sold. So put your dibs in now for what you would like to follow.
ASML.
You want to follow this one, Jane?
Who presented, Jane? Is that you?
No, I didn't.
No, Tanny, or no, that was Mel, I think, did.
Oh,
No, yeah.
okay. I was just teasing.
Anybody? Okay, Christopher, I think you're gonna lose QLYS. Mina, you're gonna lose LGIH. Which one do you want, Meta or Google? Wait, isn't Anitra Meta?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, I think she's coming back, so I'm taking this one off.
She's coming back.
Well, okay, maybe not.
I can convince her not to.
Yay!
I can insist that she take on the president role.
No. Okay. Mina or Christopher. Okay. We'll choose Google or Meta. Mina or Christopher. Are you there? Or they left?
I am indifferent, so.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
Why don't you
so
take
Mina
Meta? Christopher, you want to take Meta?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
It's Mina really doesn't like Meta, right? I forgot.
Jane,
Did you have
Jane's
something?
favorite, Leda.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
Was,
Yay,
I'm
guys.
sure.
I feel like we really accomplished a lot today. I'm so proud of us. We got a watch list. We got sold some stocks.
You were pushing us. That's good.
I was. Get her done, man. Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, this was an excellent meeting. Sorry for going over 7:42. Next month, I think we have stock reports. So let's just do a quick look and see what it is. See, what do I look at? What do I look at, Jay? For the here we go.
What are you looking at? Let me see.
I got it. What we got going for next month?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Lots of quarterly reports.
Next month is November, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah. Wait, Hanny, you were doing Google. You wanted to give that up?
I was. Oh, yeah.
Well,
that's okay.
okay, but Mina has it now.
Okay, that's fine.
And Mina got rid of this one. Christopher got rid of this one.
I have IPR due next month, huh? Wow.
Yeah, next month. And Schwab had really good report this quarter. They say they feel like they've turned the corner for the banking thing. Thank God. Okay. So I don't know what else. Jay, do you want to do an education piece next month?
We have a stock study? No, we have a.
Well, we could have a stock. Actually, I think Jane already did that research on that. What was it, Jane?
PDD.
Do you think we could, since you already did the research on that, we could just present that?
I can look at that, or I can look at First Solar, because First Solar price has come down.
First Solar. Oh, okay. Does anybody want to do with Jane? Anybody that hasn't done stock study? Jane's our most excellent researcher, so this is your opportunity.
I'll put my hand up.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Maybe I should read a lot.
Oh, and plus Hanny has all the subscriptions, Jane.
Yes.
No, his expertise I lean on because he's really good.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for stepping up. I appreciate it. And okay, so I guess what we're going to have to do is figure out the new stocks, what their quarterly report schedule is, because they might be on here, right? What is it?
Yeah.
ASML. Okay. Okay.
CrowdStrike.
Yeah.
CrowdStrike. What else is missing from this list?
TSM.
TSM. CrowdStrike. Christopher, do you want to figure that out, or do you want me to help you?
I can figure out.
Okay, so you're going to put in the quarterly report. So it's
Yeah, I'll take
TSM.
the spreadsheet.
Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah. All right, guys. Yay. Thank you. I was I was feeling a little bit like at loose ends, but I really feel like we're kind of pulling together, so I like it. Okay.
Thank
Anybody
you
have
for
anything else?
driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of kept us out of the ditch, so that's
Yes.
Thank you for
Yeah,
taking over.
okay.
I have
All
a
right,
question.
guys.
I think
Yeah.
you should, Joanne,
Gina's-
you should take over as president.
I will. I mean, I'm going to help Anitra, but I will. She doesn't want to be.
Kenny, she has already taken over.
Yes.
I was filling in, but I am willing to. I mean, I'll tell you guys, it's so much more of a delight when everybody participates. It's a kind of a bummer when I just feel like, oh, I'm just doing so much work by myself, and people are just sitting back and not doing anything. It just kind of it's a bummer. So
Yeah.
I really appreciate it when everybody participates and it makes me excited. So yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank
I
you.
have
I appreciate everybody.
I have a question, Joy.
Yes.
Was Baku here earlier?
Oh yeah. We never asked.
Yeah, we should have asked him to speak.
Oh, well, he could have.
I don't know if he was here. I didn't see.
He was.
He was.
He
He
was.
was.
Oh, he was.
But you
Okay.
know what? He could have, when we asked for questions or whatever, he could have said something. But I mean, because he's
Okay.
part of our club, basically. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Hey,
Okay, I'm gonna
Haney,
let everybody.
I wonder if I can ask Haney a question.
Yeah, ask Hanny a question.
Haney, you know
Yes.
those webinars that are coming up, especially for the North Florida chapter on November the 5th? Where did you
Yes.
find the link? It's on the website, Better Investing website?
Yeah. Under that, I assume under the North Florida chapter webpage on the BI website, and also it's on page 51 of the magazine.
The magazine. Okay.
Henny, did you just send us the link? I thought you sent us the link. I
I
registered.
did. Yes, I
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it North
that too. Yes.
Okay.
I sent an email, Piero, if you look
Where-
for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll look for the email.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good
If
night.
not,
All right.
if you can't find it, let me know and I'll send it again.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Hanny.
Thank
Or
you.
maybe I can.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. Have a good
Good
evening.
You
Good
too.
night.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.